You know, when we think of ancient stories like the Ramayana, we usually think of myths and legends, right? But what if I told you that buried in those ancient verses are descriptions of technology? Technology so advanced that we're only now, thousands of years later, starting to figure it out. That's what we're digging into today. The idea that this isn't just myth, but maybe, just maybe, a record of incredible engineering.
Just listen to this description of the Pushpaka Vimana. It's called an aerial and excellent vehicle going everywhere it will. Now think about that wording. It's not some magical flying carpet. It's described as a vehicle, one that goes wherever you want it to. That sounds less like a fairy tale and a lot more like a functional description, doesn't it? It's specific. It has a purpose.
And that really sets up the big question for us today. Are we just reading ancient fiction, or could we be looking at something like an ancient technical manual, a blueprint whose ideas we're only just starting to unlock with our modern science? Let's break down the evidence from the text and see where it leads.
All right, first up, let's look at Ravana's air chariot. What's so fascinating here is that the descriptions aren't fuzzy or vague like you'd expect from a myth. They're actually filled with details that honestly sound pretty technical.
Get this, the text says it was designed to appear and disappear at the wish of its master. Just let that sink in. A vehicle that can turn invisible on command. We're not just talking about flying anymore. This is a description of active, controllable stealth technology, written down thousands of years ago. It's wild.
And this is where things get really crazy. Because that ancient idea of on-demand invisibility, well, it has a direct parallel in our world today. It's called metamaterial cloaking. This is some of the most advanced research happening right now, where scientists are literally creating materials that can bend light waves around an object, basically making it vanish from sight. The concept is identical.
But the technical details don't stop there. The text mentions it was yoked with miraculous mules, some kind of power source. It had golden wheels and parts, and it made a lot of noise. It was braying noisily. Now, that last detail is fascinating, right? Any engineer today will tell you that powerful engines, well, they tend to be noisy.
So how do we translate this into modern terms? Well, some researchers think miraculous mules could be an ancient way of describing a revolutionary power source, maybe something that didn't need fuel, kind of like the theoretical quantum propulsion drives we're dreaming up now. And those golden wheels, that might not just mean it was shiny. It could be pointing to advanced materials, like smart alloys or even gold nanoparticles, which we know have incredible conductive properties. It's all starting to sound less like poetry and more like a spec sheet.
Okay, so if Ravana's chariot was impressive, let's level up to the big one, the legendary Pushpaka Vimana. This is where things get truly mind-bending, especially when we look at how it was controlled. This part really challenges everything we think we know about ancient capabilities.
Yeah, this is the real bombshell. The text says it moves about by thoughts of concentrated mind. No steering wheel, no joystick, no buttons. It was controlled by thinking. The text is crystal clear on this point. You just think, and it goes.
Now, does that sound familiar? It should, because that is a perfect description of one of the most cutting-edge technologies being developed today, brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. For the longest time, the idea of hooking your brain up to a machine was just something you saw in sci-fi movies. But now, it's actually happening. And that's the key takeaway here. This isn't a hypothetical what-if anymore. Companies like Neuralink are already doing human trials, and they are successfully proving that, yes, we can control machines directly with our thoughts. What was described in the Ramayana thousands of years ago is now becoming a reality in our labs. It was just way, way ahead of its time.
The text even gives us clues about how the Vimana was built. And again, it sounds surprisingly modern. It says it was made from various significant parts, collected from here and there from all over the world. So it wasn't carved out of a single block of stone. It was assembled from specialized components sourced globally. That sound like any big engineering projects you know of today?
So when you put all these pieces together, what do you get? It's more than just a flying machine. It's a whole technological philosophy. You've got an advanced brain-computer interface for control. You've got a modular design, kind of like how we build the International Space Station from different pieces. And you have this idea of a global supply chain, a collaboration to get the best parts from all over the world, just like we see in massive projects like the Artemis program. It's a stunningly modern picture.
But it goes even deeper. The way that Pushpaka Vimana is described, its intelligence, how it responds, it suggests something that's way beyond even the best AI we have today. We're not talking about Siri or Alexa here. We're talking about a completely different level of artificial intelligence.
To really get a handle on this, you have to know about something called AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. See, the AI we have now is narrow. It's great at one or two things. AGI is the dream. It's an AI that can think, learn, and solve problems just like a human can, across any field. It wouldn't just follow commands, it would understand.
And when you compare the two, the difference is just staggering. The Vimana is described with this holistic, human-like understanding. It could learn on its own, manage missions autonomously, all the things we hope AGI will do one day. Our modern AI is powerful, for sure, but it's still just a tool that needs our guidance. What the Ramayana seems to be describing is something closer to an intelligent partner.
Okay, so we've seen all these incredible one-to-one parallels between the text and our most advanced tech. What's the big picture here? How should this change the way we look at these ancient stories, and even at our own scientific progress?
So here's the bottom line. The takeaway isn't just that these are cool, inspiring stories. It's that the technological descriptions in the Ramayana are shockingly specific. We're talking about concepts like mind control, stealth materials, modular construction, even AGI. And they aren't just mentioned in passing, they're described with functional details. It really makes you stop and ask, are we just reading a myth? Or are we reading the faint echoes of a technology so advanced we're only now catching up to it?
And I want to leave you with this final thought. If the technology described in the Ramayana is literally shifting from the pages of myth into our modern reality, right here and now, well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other ancient legends, what other stories that we've dismissed as fantasy are just waiting for us to rediscover them and build their reality?